God. Okay. Last week I did a video because Timothy, as you all know, who is Melanie's accuser, came forward with her story and I guess reiterated how she's been feeling these past few years, how she's been doxxed, how just the internet has not been kind to her after she made the allegations. She told her story again. I made a video about it because people were saying that it's my responsibility to, but there were also people saying that I shouldn't have said anything because it's going to draw more light to the situation. And I can see both perspectives. But for today's video, we're going, I feel like, back to 2017 where it all began because there's so much misconstrued things that comment section in that video is like a landmine. Anyways, I just want to say, I feel like it is such a gross way to think to say, no, we shouldn't talk about it because we don't want more people learning about what's going on. You're not going to win anything or have any good outcome from running from stuff like this. Now, that being said, do I think Melanie Martinez needs to address this again? Honestly, in my opinion, no. Because Timothy didn't say anything different than she has been saying all these years. We're talking back 2017. That's almost a decade ago. She basically retold the same story and was more so focusing on the fact of how the outcome has affected her life. She didn't bring anything really new forward. She didn't bring any evidence or anything like that. Not that she necessarily even can, because again, this is a situation that happened between two people, and for some reason it's been brought to the public and the internet. Beyond me. But yeah, I don't think Melanie needs to even say anything. The only thing that she would need to speak up about is if there was something new that's come to light, but nothing has. She said her piece back whenever the allegations first came out. She wrote a whole song and let us know specifically and explicitly to her fans. She wrote a song, Piggyback, and let us know how she feels about the situation and her perspective. So what else could she say? People were saying that I'm just giving my opinions real quick. Obviously, I'm going to give more opinions at the end of the video after we go through all the alleged evidence and like the playbook of everything that went down, because I feel like that's another thing. People are just, it seems like a lot of new people are hearing about the situation and they see it as like Melanie straight up like took this girl off the street and like threw her in the back of her, like it was not like that at all. Sure, again, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself because consent can be taken away at any moment. However, it's not in the manner that I think some people, the situation is not in the manner that some people are thinking it was. So that's why I wanted to make this video too, to really give a play-by-play of what is going on. But I was saying that people were calling Melanie a liar in the sense that she has admitted that something did happen, while also saying that Timothy is lying about something not happening after she's already admitted that something did happen, just maybe not in the way that Timothy had wanted it to, is basically what the whole gist of all this going on is about. I hope that made sense. Let's just get right into the alleged fallout of everything that happened. Thank you to everybody. I'm going to shout you out because this has really simplified it and made it easier, not just for me, but I feel like a lot of people to understand the fallout of all of this. And it really just like sums it down to a T. Well, I was ready for it trending. Trump is too old to be a president. I know that's right. I'm just looking at the trending tags. But did Taylor announce Reputation TV? Someone let me know. Too much is going on right now. Okay, so first up, we're going to go into this thread. Jane. It's Mordix. I don't know how to say your username, but shout out to you. Melanie Martinez's essay, allegations, and debunking misinformation. Stand with Timothy Heller. Okay, so this person, as you should always allegedly take the side of the accuser. In my experience, I just have a hard time doing it this time because, again, no, everyone's saying, you listen to the victim until it's your fave. Yes, because from what, I don't know Melanie, but from what I have experienced with Melanie, I could not see her in this light. And there's been no concrete proof other than Timothy saying, take my word as it is and believe me. I can't do that. I'm sorry. You need to, in my opinion, it sounds like what happened that night. They were both drunk. They were hooking up. And I'm not going to go into the details of what hooking up may mean to them. But maybe something occurred, whether it be a little bit of finger food or a lick of the ice cream. Something was occurring that maybe Timothy did not like and did not explicitly say no, but maybe Melanie could have gone off of body language and like realized maybe she wasn't into that. I don't know their pronouns. There's too much already going on. I'm sorry. No disrespect to them at all. Let's just get into the thread. Debunking Melanie Adele Martinez's SA allegations made from former friend Timothy Lauren Heller. And another thing, though, I kind of found gross about the situation is people kept saying that Timothy only comes forward, one, when Melanie is, like, peaking and, like, at an incline in her career, or two, when Timothy has something, like, to promote, like music or something. Okay. Let's open this one up. Here we go. In December 2017, Timothy Heller came out with a statement accusing former friend Melanie Martinez of SA and abuse. Her statement is the following tweet. Okay, it's big enough for you to read. Let me move it over a little bit. Oh, wrong thing. There we go. When I wrote the story about my assault, I initially wasn't going to make the abuser, or name the abuser, I guess. But I think it's important for you all to know this is about Melanie Martinez. It starts with the R word. Even typing that doesn't feel real to me. I started telling the story to those closest to me as somewhat of a joke. Can you believe this crazy night? But I began to get responses I wasn't expecting. Concerned ones. It's hard to say someone you loved. Someone you still love. The thought of writing this and having the world see it terrifies me, especially because of who this person is. This is my best friend. She took me in, which I was so grateful for. It makes me think back to Piggyback. I felt like I owed her my life, and my life began to revolve around hers. I had my own problems. I have thoughts, but I'm not going to share them with that one. She says, I feel like my life started to revolve around hers. I had my own problems, but if I could focus on her life, I could put off dealing with my own inner turmoil for just a bit longer. Is she saying in general or after the fact of what happened between them? This is, again, we're taking it back to the very beginning. This is 2017, whenever the allegations first came out. Some of her fans became my fans, but their loyalty never strayed from her. Duh. They are dedicated. She's perfect. To the public, she can do no wrong. She's there for her fans. She gets it. She's different. This is Timothy's statement. I've kept the secret for years, convincing myself that it wasn't a big deal and I wasn't hurt by it. The thought of accepting that my best friend... Okay, so we're going forward still with the statement. Someone you still love, da-da-da-da-da. She's perfect, she's different. When faced with a friend who really needed help, though, I can honestly say she let me down completely. During the most difficult time in my life, my rock bottom, her power and control over me grew and grew, and I was silenced. Wait, so she was still... After the fact, they were still trying to be friends with each other? There was a power dynamic, not just because Melanie is famous and she's not, but if what she's accusing actually occurred as she's saying it did, that there's a power imbalance right there too. There's no way they could still be friends. That friendship could never work. While being open about realizing how much help I needed, I was made to feel guilty. I had to apologize for having an extreme panic attack where I thought I was going to D-word. Because it ruined her... What? Because it ruined her night. Endless incidents like this. I had become a... Hold on. Because she's feeling like she's indebted to Melanie, I guess. I had become a problem. Yet through it all, I loved her. Codependency works in a lot of strange ways. Buckle up, y'all, because I can already see this is about to be a long video. She has a lot on her chest, or had a lot on her chest, that she really had to get out. And maybe that's why the fans came so hard, not just because of their loyalty for Melanie, but because just from this first part of the statement that she's made, it seems like a bit of bitterness, a bit of jealousy, but you're still calling her your friend. So it's like, maybe the fans were not trusting. I guess they didn't just trust you as a person, but now you coming to accuse their fave, it's like, no, they're not going to take your word for it. Which is sad, and it makes me sad for her, that she like, not even just for what she's dealing with now, but the fact that she said she felt like she wanted to D-word, and she felt like she had no one to go to or no one to support her, like that, just on a humane level, that's really sad. And I hurt for her there. She says, yet through it all, I loved her. Codependency works in a lot of strange ways. In my relationship with this friend, I was dependent on helping her with her life. As soon as I needed a small bit of focus and support from my best friend, there was nothing for us to relate to each other about. Our friendship was about her. Yeah. I can see, again, from the other, like, even me now, I can kind of relate. Like, for example, when I go to concerts and meet you guys and I bring my friends along, or just little things like that, when I need to make content or need to go somewhere or fly somewhere and I ask my friend if they can come along and, like, stop their lives, basically, and help me with this content creation stuff. So I guess it is really important also to think of the other person's perspective in a situation like that. But if you're their friend, it should never warrant any negative feeling. Like, me, I'm the type of person where if my friend were to call me and say, hey, I need you to help me do this thing, I am down 100%. I would, if I'm able to, cancel everything, I'm there for you. So I don't see how that, I guess people are just different, but I don't see how that's turning into a negative thing. Like, if that's your friend, you should be, like, happy to do that. Like, knowing me, I would be so happy to drop everything to help my friend out. But Timothy is saying that having to do that, she didn't like it. Which is why I say bitterness, jealousy type of thing. Because, again, we all know she wanted to be famous. Y'all wanted to be an artist as well. I'm still trying to relay all this back, though, to the assault that she's saying happened that night. The power she had over me grew into me having a very hard time saying no to her. I would do almost anything for her. Okay, here we go. This is, okay, pay attention. One night during a sleepover, she became increasingly interested in my preferences. I guess she was asking questions, maybe dibbling and dabbling with her. As someone who had previously been through abuse, intercourse is hard for me to talk about. I was obviously uncomfortable, but she was my best friend, so I tried to be open about it. The conversation never seemed, okay, full stop though. If I'm your best friend, I can read your cues. I can see that you're getting uncomfortable. I'll stop digging. I'll stop asking those questions. So I guess that is a little bit of a side eye, but yeah, it's just, this is a communication issue. Before we even get to the essay part of it, this is bad communication between both of their parts. I guess Melanie not reading her body language, but you can't blame someone for not understanding what you don't explicitly say. Like, I'm not a fucking body movement expert. I'm sorry. But I guess if they, again, are as best friends and as close as they were saying, then, I don't know. I guess read the room, Melanie. But also, Timothy, say, I don't want to talk about this. Be explicit. But then again, she's saying that she feels like she was indebted to her and she owed her because, like, her life revolved around her, so she couldn't say no. She's a people pleaser. This is a very slippery slope. This is why I was saying this should not be brought to the internet. This is not up for public opinion. This is not internet drama. These are serious allegations. This should never have been brought to the podium for public opinion. This is something that happened between two people that should have been kept between two people, which is why I try not to pick a side or anything like that, because it does not involve me. My opinion in this matters not even in the slightest, if we're being honest. Your opinion on this, you can choose to believe and side with whoever you want, but at the end of the day, this is not our battle, this is not our fight. This is a serious thing between two individual people. One that a lot of people love and one that has had to go through, like, a lot of turmoil now in their life. And she was complaining that as Melanie's friend, her life revolved around Melanie. Girl, imagine now it really does. And she, in the last video we did where we reacted to her statement where she was making that TikTok video, she was saying how she has no chance to be an artist now. I said in the last video too, I was like, you gotta pack that wish up. You will, because Timothy Heller will forever be the girl who accused Melanie Martinez. Like, that's gonna be your shtick. Just like everyone reminisces about Kanye West versus Taylor Swift, and that was forever ago, this is the same situation. But anyways, let's continue reading. Okay, the conversation never seemed to end though. I had work very early in the morning. She began asking me while in bed if I would While being incredibly uncomfortable by this offer, I attempted to laugh it off. I had a boyfriend at this time and she knew that. Oh, Melanie. He doesn't have to... Oh, okay, we're getting into coercion. And she knew that. He doesn't have to know. It's not a big deal. She's quoting, allegedly, Melanie. It went on for hours, asking me why I didn't want to, that it would be fun. I repeatedly said no. Okay, so my interpretation... This is why this video is so freaking important, because even me now, I'm like, whoa. Even my opinions in the very beginning, where I was like, maybe they were dibbling and dabbling and something happened while they were dibbling and dabbling that Timothy didn't want. But it seems like she didn't want it at all, like in general, from the very beginning. Not just like one little finger food or a taste of the ice cream. She didn't want any of it, according to what she allegedly stated. He doesn't have to know. It's not a big deal. It went on for hours, asking me why I didn't want to, that it would be fun. I repeatedly said no. I had work in the morning. I just wanted to sleep. I was exhausted. I attempted to sleep, but was kept up the entire night by my friend begging me to with her. It seemed strange, but she was my best friend. I said no, and I thought we could move on. The next night, unfortunately, went the exact same way. Regardless of my response the first night, she was not giving up. And I think another important thing to consider and just think about is, though, again, I don't know their pronouns, so no disrespect if this is wrong, but I feel like people try to lessen it or dumb it down because it's two women. But imagine if this is a man or a woman, or a female, someone who identifies as a woman, and their male best friend, and the male was like, come on, like, and just night after night badgering them, knowing they had a boyfriend. We would all be like, whoa. So I think it is important to really keep an open mind and see all of it. I'm wondering what is going to follow up in these threads, because this is looking pretty bad, I'm not going to lie. Regardless of the response from the first night, she was not giving up. If she had gotten the hint, she didn't care. Hold on, my mom is calling me. 1 second. Okay, back to it. And again, I think we gotta give a trigger warning because it seems like things are about to get a bit more vivid and explicit, I guess is a word to say. I was exhausted. She convinced me to smoke the ganja, and since I have a hard time saying no to her, again, the people-pleasing thing, this is a recipe for disaster. I complied, thinking maybe then I'd just be able to just fall asleep and avoid the situation altogether. The same conversation began to happen, continuously trying to convince me it was going to be okay and I would be fun, and it would be fun and feel... I would say my boyfriend would be so upset. I really need to sleep. I have work in the morning. I said every form of no I could think of without explicitly saying no. As I lay praying to fall asleep, I allowed this to happen. She'd give up. This went on for maybe an hour. I started giggling, saying that it tickled. I know I wanted to make this a... Can I just do this? Can I just touch her? Oh. But she used her power over me and broke me down. My confusion, and I lay still and so. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hold on. I don't even know if I can... Hold on. Because it's getting a bit even more explicit than I thought it was going to. Okay, so there was a toy also. Okay, so it's not... Okay, so the serious stuff is... The serious language is not there anymore. Whoa. Again, I was looking at all this from like the perspective of they were drunk, they wanted to hook up, but then Melanie did something that she didn't want to, but it seems like the entire thing was just messed up. That's what happened. The bottom line that I need to always remind myself is that I said no for 2 nights straight. It doesn't matter that I didn't resist during the action. I had been broke down. She knew I didn't want to. I made that clear. I didn't scream at her. I didn't force her off me. 1, because I loved her. 2, because I just wanted it to all be over. We never talked about this night ever again. While it completely messed with my head, there was no way I could have been by my best friend, right? Our friendship ended because she decided she didn't have time for me anymore. To worry about me anymore. She cared too much about me. It was holding her back. What the? I'm not sure how to end this story. I'm terrified of the response I'm going to get. The only reason I do this now is because I'm hoping because of a recent event, people will believe me. I guess she's referring to the Me Too movement. If you begin to doubt the abuse taking place in this story, I beg you to imagine her role in this being a man. That's what I said. That's what I said earlier. Girls can other girls. Best friends can other best friends. Friendship does not equal consent. Full stop, honestly, there. Silence does not equal consent. I wish it wasn't so hard for me to convince myself of these things. God damn it. Gosh. Okay, I think we've read this part. And I'm still, y'all give me some clarity on this page. Because I follow them on Twitter, they follow me back. Is this actually a part of Melanie's team or is this a fan account? I still don't know. Someone let me know. I don't want to say that this is Melanie's statement, again, because I don't know if this is Melanie or if this is a fan, but someone stated, I'm horrified and saddened by the statements and stories told tonight by Timothy Heller. What she and I, so it's speaking from the perspective of Melanie, I guess, allegedly. What she and I shared was a close friendship for a period of time. We came into each other's lives as we... Wait, does that mean Melanie Martinez followed... What the... Hold it up. Little body, big heart. Hold on. Melanie... Oh. The account I'm thinking of is, in fact, a fan account. Melanie does not follow me. But this is Melanie's account. It's literally verified on Twitter. I don't know how I can make it focus, but... Anyways, that's Melanie's account. This is Melanie's account. She says, Melanie Martinez allegedly states, I'm horrified and saddened by the statements and story told tonight by Timothy Heller. Not the government name. What she and I shared was a close friendship for a period of time. We came into each other's lives as we were both starting our careers as artists. And we tried to help each other. So it's turning into you're mad and making these accusations because I'm up and you're not. That's what I'm getting from this part of the statement. Which is another point that a lot of people keep trying to make anyway. We tried to help each other. We both had pain in dealing with our individual demons and the new paths we were forging. But I truly felt we were trying to lift each other up. She never said no to what we chose to do together. And although we parted ways, I'm sending her love and light always. So the thing that people are diving into is this. So something did happen that night. She never said no to what we chose to do together. But just not explicitly saying no does not equate to consent. This is from 2017 at 2 a.m., almost 3 a.m. She never said no to what we chose to do together, but that does not mean she gave consent. I just want to make that clear. Because I could be making out with a dude, he goes to advance it further, I could, freeze just because I'm in shock, and that does not mean, yeah, go ahead. You know? I'm trying to put myself in Timothy's situation. In fact, I freaking have been. Like I said in the last video about my hookup in college, where at first it was no, but then we started drinking, and all of a sudden, things were happening. And the only reason I don't say that I was SA'd is because I was attracted to the guy, I did enjoy our time, but if I were not intoxicated like I was, would I have wanted to do that? I don't know. But regardless, I don't regret it happening, so that's why I don't say it was SA. But someone else who may have been in the same situation I was could possibly say it was. Moving on. Okay. Something fans will like to bring up is she never said no to what we chose to do together. Yes, that was like the stick out for me too. She never said no to what we chose to do together. So something she just verified, they did things together, and she's saying that no, the word no was never explicitly said, but the word no does not have to be explicitly said for consent to be taken away. This not only confirms the incident happened. Again, we're going to be looking at two different threads. The thread we're going through right now is someone who is very clearly on Timothy's side, and I think the other thread is someone who's more of a Melanie Martinez fan and trying to see Melanie's perspective. So we're going to get both sides of the coin. I just wanted to do that so that you then can make your own opinion. Like I said, I'm not going to be sticking on either way because believe all victims, but also Melanie Martinez is my favorite artist ever. So it's not I'm not the judge or jury. In fact, I am nothing in this situation. This is two different individual people. However, I wanted to give you both perspectives because I cover everything Melanie Martinez. Why wouldn't I cover this? Be for real. This person says, Jane, this not only confirms the incident happened, but further supports the coercion claim. Just because Timothy was worn down and gave in doesn't mean she consented. And I think even if it's not even Timothy in general, or if this weren't a Melanie situation, this is just a general statement. This can apply to anyone and everything. Just life. Saying no or being broken down or coerced does not mean consent was given. Melanie then makes another statement, and I'm not saying that Melanie did in fact essay her. I'm not saying anything in their situation. I'm just saying in general, overall, in the world of Earth, not saying no or whatever does not mean that you gave consent. Why is Doja trending? I don't know. Maybe hold on. Is Doja dropping new music or something? Anyways, that's a favor. Deal with that later. This is important. Melanie then makes another statement. Thank your fans for researching the case by analyzing Instagram posts. I will get into why this is false. I think this is referring to Timothy giving the timeline of like, not the Instagram timeline, but like the timeline of how things happened and when things occurred. She referenced like photos and dates and times, and then the fans went back and was like, Melanie Martinez was not even near you. She was like out of state because Melanie posted stuff. I understand how hard it could be to see my side of the story, considering no one with a heart would want to invalidate anyone speaking up about this topic. Yeah, this is Melanie's perspective, I believe, allegedly. I want to thank my fans who took the time to research the timeline and analyze past Instagram photos and question the story being told, which reveal her false statements. I trusted so many people in my life who took advantage of that trust for their own personal gain. Please know that my intentions with everything that I do in my life are always pure, and I would never be intimate with someone without their absolute consent. Melanie's statements have been very diplomatic. The only thing that I would kind of side eye is this with the whole, my fans looked at my timeline and cross-checked shit, and, you know, that's, I can get a bit murky, I can see why, but this part, this is the way I was saying that I know Melanie. Obviously I don't actually know her in real life, but you know, going to her concerts, seeing how she interacts with people, seeing the things she's posted and the speeches that she's given, this sounds and feels more like the Melanie that I have perceived than someone that would coerce someone. But hell, I don't know. After Timothy came forward, a second victim. Oh, who are you? There's a second victim? After Timothy came forward, a second victim, Madeline Karina, also came forward with a similar story. She claims it wasn't SA, but once again, coercion is not consent. Also, something similar not happened with me and Mel. She begged me over and over again to sleep with her, and I finally gave in. She wore me down. I said yes, but it was not the same with Timothy. I will support Timothy till the end. So I guess Madeline maybe is the same perspective as I have, as like it wasn't that, even though some may say it was. Some common things I've seen fans use to discredit Timothy is the fact that she posted a story apologizing and saying she lied. This was edited by a fan, as seen here. Real Instagram story example. Your story, 9 minutes. Fake Instagram story. Timothy Heller, 9 min. So they're pointing out how the time is just 9M for minutes, not MIN, the abbreviation. That's kind of crazy if a fan went as far as to fake a statement. The fake edited story is edited apparently to look like It's coming from Timothy. And it says, yes, I was obsessed with Melanie. My mental problem made me do it. I wanted to have more attention from her. I feel that she was leaving me little by little, and I love her. As hard as it is to believe, I love her. She was an incredible person in my life. My mental disorder made me believe that she abused me, that I needed her fame. Melanie, I'm sorry. Allegedly, this is a fake statement that a fan edited, which is kind of sick, I'm not gonna lie. If that's true, that's kind of fucked. Whoa. This thread is so deep, so much going on. Where are we? Okay. Next thing. Another fake tweet that's floated around. I'm tired of being spammed all the hate. Fine, I faked it. This doesn't even look real. I was just so jealous of Melanie that she was getting all the fame and I wasn't. Okay. So fake tweets, fake statements, people acting like they're Timothy. Timothy used this to what? Ain't no way. Timothy used this to support her own album. At the time, Timothy didn't have an album coming out, only a song titled Sleep that came out months before the accusations. This is textbook. Oh shit. This is textbook victim blaming. Okay. With the dates, fans claim Melanie was in New York. Oh, you can't really see, sorry. With the dates, fans claim Melanie was in New York, but that was 4 days prior to June 21st, 2015. She then... This is what I'm saying. Fans don't know anything. Fans, we're going back to 2015. That is literally almost a decade old. We are not able to pinpoint... There's no freaking way. There's no way. I'm 2015 and you want receipts? There's... Okay. Moving on. With the dates, fans claim Melanie was in New York, but that was 4 days prior to June 21st, 2015. She then arrives back in LA on the 25th, same day Timothy tells Newsweek. Why are we going to the blogs? Newsweek around the time the assault happened. Again, this should not have been freaking brought to the internet. Take it to court. Why are we going to blogs? Tour date 2015, events and festivals, date June 21st, 2015. Little Body Big Heart, June 25th, 2015. Going home to LA with... What the? With this weave and the cookie on my head. Oh god. Okay. It is around a 6 to 7 hour flight from New York to LA, so it is entirely possible for Melanie to be back in LA the same day. The only reason I told Newsweek that it was on the 25th is because I remembered posting the picture with the half black, half purple wig the day after. But it was 2 years ago, and I could be wrong. Maybe I posted a couple days later. That's what I remember. It's definitely around that time. I think it was definitely that week. I don't know. I don't even want to talk about the date anymore. That's the one thing people are using as proof that I'm lying. I think we're talking from Timothy's perspective here. Timothy was then seen with Melanie on June 29th. We also see them together on June 26th, but Timothy has stated how her iCloud was wrong and the dates could have been different. Timothy was with on June 26th. We can identify this as Melanie because of the tattoo, which was reversed in the image along with Melanie's hair. Note that it is blonde. You can also see her hair is blonde in the iCloud to the right. I love this pic of me. So the dates are getting all murky, mixed up. I guess they're trying to allege that Timothy was not with Melanie after the accusal date happened, but her iCloud is saying that she is. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know if iCloud can mess up dates or not. Whatever, that's up to your opinion. I've never had that happen to me, but maybe she has. Who knows? But Timothy commented on Melanie's TikTok. Her accounts were hacked as stated by her most recent video. Again, everybody, make sure you get two-step verification. Banned for posting hacked. Timothy Heller. Don't be shy. Give the pass. Give the pass now. Give us the password so we can post stuff too. Bestie, change the username. The internet it's the Wild West. Her iCloud dates didn't match up. Technology isn't perfect. iCloud can randomly mess up single and multiple photos. You can clearly see a vid from when Timothy was younger labeled as the day. But that just might mean that she posted it or she saved it that day. Not necessarily that the video was taken that day. Okay, they're trying to disprove iCloud here, I guess. Timothy was accused of SA. The person came out saying they fabricated the story, not to mention currently there are Melanie fans lying to paint Timothy as bad on TikTok. Hi everyone, I know I'm... Oh, this is bad quality. Hold on, let me see if I can make it smaller. Hi everyone, I know I'm late to this whole thing, but I've been too scared to speak out until now. This is the true story of how I was SA'd by Timothy. Okay, so now they're trying to flip the story back onto Timothy. SA'd by Timothy Heller. This takes place in August of 2013. I was a huge fan of dresses, and Timothy Heller... it's bad quality. And Timothy Heller something got to meet her. Old picture of me and some other girls meeting her on her Instagram. Anyways, I was so excited to meet her as she was my idol, and so I told her how much her band's music means to me. After a while of talking to her, she asked me to come back to her hotel room to hang with her. I jumped at the chances, seeing as she was my idol, but at the same time, I got bad vibes. But ultimately chose to ignore my intuition, which I deeply regret, so I go back with her to her small hotel room and everything, not the little shade, small hotel room. Everything's fine at first until she asked me if I wanted, and I can't make out the next sentence. Basically, this person is saying that they two were, that while Timothy is here accusing Melanie, Timothy's out here having the same behavior she's accusing Melanie of, is basically what this person is trying to say. Timothy didn't act like a typical SA survivor. What even is that? What does that even mean? Oh Lord, what are we doing? Timothy's actions actually align with how victims often act after their SA. Here's an excerpt from Pennsylvania Coalition, and a lot of people in the last video I posted about this came out with their stories, and some SA victims were saying that they were that they were supporting Timothy, or that they were against Timothy for whatever reason, and their experiences or whatever swayed them to feel however they felt. So I'm just gonna say we're not gonna have to go through all this, because I feel like obviously there's no one way to react to a situation like this, or there's not a proper way to be after something like this happens. So I don't get that claim. Timothy didn't act like a typical SA survivor. What does a typical SA survivor act like? Please, people. I don't think that's a hill we want to take a dagger to. No battle of the larynx. Now they're saying she wasn't the perfect SA victim. Here's an excerpt from Elle magazine stating how this rhetoric is harmful. I think common sense would tell us it's harmful. Oh, okay. People also in the video were in fact saying that Timothy accused someone else as well, but she in the video said that she did not. But this person, Jane, is saying, allegedly, Timothy accused Billie Eilish of SA. She didn't. I'm thinking of a very popular 16-year-old musician right now who hangs out with an adult men rappers and posts innuendos frequently, and no one bats an eye. It's really effing sad because she's clearly immensely talented and none of it is her fault. She's being swept up into fame and everyone around her is making it seem normal. Also, okay, so it sounds like she's advocating for the girl. Maybe with a little bit of judgment, but still, regardless, advocating. Also, this girl shouldn't have to miss XXXTentacion because no one should have allowed her to be anywhere near him in the first place. Imagine being her mom or manager and reading his allegations and being like, okay, have fun. I mean, she does have a point there. So apparently people are saying that she was talking about Billie Eilish in this case, but never once did she accuse Billie Eilish of SA. It seems like she was more so like, where are her parents? Where are the people like around her? Because Billie was, 16 at the time when she was blown up? So much more, but I'm running out of thread tweets. Okay, bye. Part 2 is here. Oh, there's a part 3? Part 4? We have to. We have to. Part two. Here we go. Part two. Part two. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. This is serious, guys. Madeline Karina is lying. And if you don't remember, Madeline is the one who came forward and said she had a similar experience, allegedly, with Melanie Martinez, but states that it was not SA in her case. Like, she said it wasn't Timothy's. Allegedly. Timothy Karina is lying. Madeline Karina says it was consensual, but coercion does not equal consent. She talked to YouTuber Edwin Generation about this. Coercion is not consent, but it is consensual. I guess it makes me think again my situation where it was consensual because I did like the guy, I was attracted to the guy, but there was coercion with I was falling asleep, he woke me up after the party, the alcohol. I can see how that could be seen as coercion. However, I don't regret it happening, and I still, to this day, think he was hot as fuck. So, I don't feel like anyone can tell me what was or wasn't that occurred that night. So, if Madeline's saying it wasn't SA, then it wasn't SA. If Timothy is interpreting it as SA, then, in her perspective, it was SA. It's not up for us to agree or disbelieve, which is why I don't understand why she's coming to the internet for our input into, I don't understand what is the end goal. What is wanted from bringing it to the internet and public opinion? She said she wanted everyone to leave her alone in her video, so everyone leave her alone, don't dox her again, don't bully her or whatever. But what else do you want? What else do people want? What's the end goal here? Someone let me know. Hey, I used to be best friends with Melanie. I don't know who this person is. I think this is Madeline. And if you need me to talk to you about anything, I will, as long as I can stay anonymous. Sorry, babe, you did not. So this is Madeline, and I'm assuming, allegedly, she's speaking to Timothy Heller. You accepted the request, Timothy did. Oh, really? Thank you, low-key. I am on Tim's... Oh, okay, so this is not Timothy Heller. I don't know who this person is. I'm assuming, again, that this is Madeline, though, and that they're talking to someone. This person says, low-key, they're on Tim's side and doing an interview with her soon. I want to take a very objective approach because the videos currently on YouTube are extremely emotional and capitalize on minimal flaws in Tim's retelling to call her a liar. Yeah, I understand. I know Timothy very well and knew Mel very well. I went on every tour with her while we were best friends. I was her rock and comfort for a really long time while she was touring. It makes no sense to me that people would say she's lying about something that has literally no good outcome. She got nothing but disgusting hate from telling her story, so we're talking about Timothy here. And she knew people, her fans, were going to be negative. We were both absolutely terrified for her to share her story online. I had known about this way before she posted anything about it. So, again, going back to the online thing, I think she felt more uplifted and empowered to share her story because the Me Too movement, I think, was occurring at this time. I know how y'all like to fact check timelines, so someone fact check that. When did the Me Too movement? In fact, let's just Google. When did the Me Too movement start? 2006. Okay, but when did it pop off? Okay, so it says 2017, 2018. So around the same time that Timothy came forward. Mind you, she was sober, maybe had a few drinks, I don't know, but I consented to it. Okay, so now Madeline's talking about her experience with Melanie. I also had a bit of a similar encounter with Mel. We were best friends, and I didn't want to say no to her. It was different. If my best friends come up to me like, hey, I want to hook up, I would look at them like they're... In fact, they would know not even to... don't even try that. So what the... I didn't want to say no to her. It was different because I consented. I guess it's back to the power dynamics, though. Imagine you have this crazy famous friend, this friend who's blowing up, you idolize them. It could never be me. I idolize myself. But imagine you're that type of person where you can be coerced or you're a people pleaser, whatever it is, and you have this power dynamic friendship and they want this from you. I can imagine how it could be really hard to be no, afraid that you'll lose that friend or whatever. It was different because I consented, but I was pushed for literally months of her talking about hooking up with me and saying no, that's weird, we're best friends, etc. Until I was on she was on X at a party and she wanted to hook up. Okay. A lot of substances always being involved too, I'm noticing. There's a trend here. Mind you, she was sober, maybe had a few drinks, I don't know, but I consented to it. Took me in the bathroom, honey, and it didn't feel right. I didn't enjoy it because she was my best friend. And we were all close. So you started talking to her less and less. And the same thing with me! Oh! Okay, so they're painting Melanie as like this vixen seductress who will use you for your body and throw you away after she gets close to you and uses you. That's from their perspective. Okay. Timothy accused Adam22 of SA. She made a tweet saying not to give him attention because someone made allegations against him a year prior. In March 2018, a woman named Desiree. I don't know who this guy is, but he sounds like a piece of shit. Timothy Heller made an AI video of Melanie talking about the allegations. No, that was made by a crazy fan again. This is why I was saying, though, why are fans being brought into the mix? If you are aware that fans can be crazy and overzealous, why even bring it to the internet again? Because I'd imagine the same situation just going to happen. People are going to try to dox her, leak her information, not believe her. I would say, like, Melanie's, if her goal is to make Melanie fans not be Melanie fans anymore, that's not going to work. Or is she just wanting the general public's, like, opinion on her side? I'm not sure. Like, I'm thinking, the wheels in my brain are turning because I'm, like, worried about this girl. Like, she's about to... You thought it was bad back then, babe. Now the internet is even crazier. And they said it was a crazy fan who made an AI video. A segment of a recent Zoom interview between Melanie and an unknown interviewer has been leaked. And this, allegedly. In this clip, it appears she's addressing the misinformation being spread about her SoundCloud single Piggyback being categorized as a leaked song by her fans. I mean, it's not on Spotify, is it? And Piggyback is a song, Melanie, that I always go back and reference as Melanie's statement on the thing. And it's not officially released, so that's why I guess people are calling it a leak. Hello, as you all know, I'm the poster of the Melanie Martinez addressing Timothy videos, and I just want to say that it is 100% not real. Oh, this is from 2023, so this is recent. The person came out and said it was AI. And I thought that by keeping in some of the irregularities would make it obvious. Why would you even do that? Crybaby bitches. Oh! This is messy. Sticky waters. Oh my goodness. Why didn't Timothy report? Why didn't she take it to the police? Which is, again, now I'm seeing that she's kind of a people pleaser and was like, my best friend. She's idolized her. I can see why she didn't take it to the police, but that would have, if she just went straight to the freaking authorities about it, and it would have been so much easier for her. Why didn't Timothy report? Why didn't she take it to the police? There are many reasons why she could have chose not to. Not to mention Melanie has money and fans and access to good lawyers. True. The financial aspect is also a huge part of this. The study revealed, okay, so we're just making embarrassment. We're talking about statistics, people who report versus don't report, and why we shouldn't shame them for that. It's not even that I would say people are trying to shame. It's more so like it would be if you were to take it to court or call the police and get a report on it, it wouldn't be so much of this he said, she said situation, or in this case, she said, because you can't go against like the law or the facts or the documented proof, but in this case there is none, so it's just like, believe me off of my words alone. And I think that's where people are having, or at least me, that's where people are being like, whoa, what's true, what's not true. Timothy admitted to lying. Once again, no, she didn't. She even made a TikTok asking people to show her where it happened and that it never happened. She never admitted to lying. Okay, so we're back to the fake Instagram stories. Lily admitted to lying. Here's a screenshot of Tim saying that she didn't admit to lying. I'll post a vid after I post this. I'm tired of being spammed all the hate. Oh, this is again that fake tweet. If Melanie assaulted her, why did they stay friends? Timothy was in denial. States why victims could stay in contact with their abusers. Okay, so more statements. Timothy cosplayed as Melanie, so it couldn't have happened. Not only did Timothy state they remained friends afterwards, here is what she states about it. This is the photo. Check the date. Timothy Heller cosplaying as Melanie. I thought that was Melanie for a second. Okay.
I dressed as Melanie because, like I said, we were still friends for a while after it, and I was on tour with her because my boyfriend at the time was her tour manager and her sound person, so I was visiting them, and we were bored on the tour bus, and Melanie had posted that picture earlier in the day, and we thought it was funny, and she did my makeup, and I did the exact same picture. That's the only reason.
Okay, so after the... I don't want to say hookup, because if it's essay, then it's not just like a hookup. But after the deed occurred, they were still friends, still touring together. This is a recipe for disaster. Y'all can form whatever... I don't have an opinion on this part of the story. Let me know your opinions on it after, I guess, down below. Melanie was in New York. She was in New York for a show on June 21st, not the 25th. So it's already been established that she had a show and she came back to LA. And after she came back to LA, that's when it allegedly happened. Okay. Globe Lamp exposed Timothy for lying. Globe Lamp is an abuser who is known to stir drama. She also never said Timothy... Okay, but how... We can't just be going off people's word but not going off other people's word. What makes Globe Lamp an abuser, and what makes them someone who is just out to stir drama? The same could be said about Timothy. Let's not just, like, throw people off just because they are not agreeing with her, or agreeing with Timothy. Has said nasty things about Billie Eilish. False. That was Globe Lamp. Who is this Globe Lamp? Has a song about seducing a dad, and people are mad that people think she looks hot in a tank top. Is she... What is... Whoa, people are... Oh, what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? What does Billie Eilish wearing a tank top have to deal... And saying that seducing a dad, or writing a song about that, have to do with people sexualizing her wearing a tank top? They don't equate. One does not excuse the other. Billie getting creeped on by old men, period. I'm wondering where the outrage is for the low-key reference in one of her songs. Mainstream media tagged Billie Eilish as the future of pop. Everything about her. Also, yet another young artist who's going for the soulless, depressed, suicidal, satanic. Oh, brother. Or people are just expressing their art however they want to. Everything has to be religious for people. Oh my god. Melanie's hair as a different color. Wear synthetic wigs. She said she be wearing wigs. That's not her hair color. So they were trying to say that can't be Melanie. The hair that she's wearing is not the same. They said Melanie be wearing wigs. Okay. Also, people were trying to comment that Melanie is clearly a sub from her wearing handcuffs. So she... Oh, God. Okay, moving on. We're not going to go there. Okay, that's all for now. Let's go back to now part 3. So I guess part 2 is just about discrediting all the people who are trying to discredit Timothy. Okay, Globe Lamp, again, being referenced. People try to use Globe Lamp to invalidate Timothy's story when she admits she was not there. None of us were there, which is why I'm saying, why are we having opinions on a situation that had nothing to do with us? As a third response to the allegation, Melanie releases a diss track on SoundCloud instead of taking legal action. The only legal action Melanie could take is defamation. But again, Melanie did state that something occurred that night, but in her mind consent was not taken away in Melanie's perspective. So she's admitted, yes, Melanie admitted herself that something did happen, but in her perspective it was not SA. So why would Melanie be the one to take legal action if the only thing she could take legal action for is defamation of character? And I wouldn't say Piggyback is a diss track. It's just Melanie making... It wasn't even really... The whole song isn't... If you've listened to the song, it's not even about that situation entirely. It's about, in general, people... Her feeling like people only get like attached to her or try to use her for her fame or for her name. It's not even just about betrayal or whatever. It's about many different things, is my point. Here are the lyrics if you haven't heard it and you'd like to read up on it, because I know more than just Melanie fans are watching this video. And I think you can find the video probably on SoundCloud, or if you look it up on YouTube or something. Yeah, trusted fake people, gave them the benefit of the doubt. She's not even just talking about Timothy in the song, though. It's about people around her in general. Timothy changed her story, knows she stuck to it for 7 years and got harassed off the internet and had her safety threatened. Which is why I was saying, like, I'm worried for her now, because I'm sure people are going to do the exact same thing that they did before. This is a lot, guys. But, I mean, when you have something this serious, it needs to be a lot. So, I'm glad that these threads are here. Because it's not just, like, some little story and people... Like, all the details that come forward are important. Timothy changed her story. No, she didn't. This is what people are saying. There's nothing I can say to prove that I'm telling the truth, but I am so hurt. This is so hard. As I stated, I said no in every way I could think of. That's a straight up lie. Okay. I'm trying to remove that line just because YouTube stuff. I was SA'd. I didn't lie. I have to remind myself daily. I read hundreds of people a day trying to convince me otherwise, and it affects my daily life in almost every way. I live with the pain and regret of someone who did lie, though. It convinces me that I deserve this sometimes. I read hundreds of messages from people telling me that I do. I tell myself not to read them. I turn off comments. Yeah, you gotta get off the internet. It's not that, like, for her own well-being. Forget the whole fans pushed her off the internet. If this is the shit that she's dealing with, I'm glad that she left the internet, because that's not healthy. I try not to talk about it. I just really wish that I could never think about it again, but pictures of and messages and comments telling me to myself find me daily no matter what I do. People wanting to trigger me purposefully. From people that want to hurt someone. If you're one of these people just really trying to reach me, trying to hurt me, just know that you did. You succeeded in making someone want to. Jesus. And this is where the empathy, like, I even though I'm a Melanie Martinez fan, I still am empathetic to Timothy Heller on a human level. No one should ever be made to feel this way. And that's so messed up, guys. Considering there's no possible way for you to know what truly happened, you cannot be 100% sure, which is my whole point here. Like, just going off of word of mouth, we're never going to be 100% sure. Even when it feels like it. So what if that 1% in your mind is true, and you're making an innocent person feel this way? That is true. There were people commenting in my comment section that they'd rather believe a possible liar than a possible... And that's your prerogative, that's your right. And you're making an innocent person feel this way. I'll regret saying any of this, I know I will, but I also regret saying nothing and receiving just as much hatred when I'm silent. Wow. That was kind of powerful, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give her a 10s there. That was a spoken word. I have to turn off the comments, which I have to do even when sharing something I'm proud of, or a picture of myself, because, y'all, leave this woman alone! Don't even acknowledge her anymore, please, just leave her alone. Because everything I do is infected with this. Maybe I'll take a social media break, but it never ends even when I do. These things drive me crazy on a daily basis. Even when I'm happy, I'm told to move on and stop bringing it up. But it's forced upon me every day like a disease. And she's come back again, though, in 2024. It feels like a chronic illness weighing down everything I do in my life. Everything I'm proud of and enjoy gets infected with her, like her music career that she's trying to have. I feel guilty for the survivors, the ones I've helped in speaking up because I know they exist. I'm supposed to show you that speaking out is the right thing to do, but I can't say that I don't regret it, because if I could just live with the hurt and shame of being by my best friend, I could possibly move past that. Jeez. These are some heavy things, guys. I'm deleting Instagram from my phone. Okay, so now she's saying, like, she's been harassed. She's deleting her social media accounts, YouTube comments harassing her. But now I'm used to it, but I encourage you to look into the story yourself or talk to me directly rather than taking someone else telling you I lied about at face value. So again, she's saying, like, just look at all the facts. Not even facts, because again, everything is alleged. Just look at all the different perspectives is what she's saying. But it's crazy how she says that, but then in the most recent video, she just says, believe my word, and if you don't believe me, then you're not believing all victims. I'm like, which way do you go with this type of thing, you know? More evidence of Melanie supporters. Literally, this happens to me daily. Cute, you deserve it. Clown emojis. Oh, goodness. Okay, so people are... She's going on like a spiraling moment here about how people are attacking her, trying to make her feel like crap. I think this is like her breaking point with social media. You can read it if you want to pause. You literally successfully ruined my life. Congratulations. Can you just let me try to survive in private? Oh, Rod! What? Rod! We're trying to ruin it even more with the heart emoji? Is crazy. Anyway, stream the albums that ended your whole... That's crazy. I came into the fandom with K through 12 and I didn't even realize any of this was going on. Okay. Jeez. All the big news outlets and tabloids, blogs talking about it. Which I think is what Timothy, honestly, this is my honest opinion here, I think this is what she wanted. Honestly, when I keep asking what is the outcome, what do people want, I think they want the downfall of Melanie, which is... But again, the fans are never wavering, so I don't think that's going to happen. Thousands of comments from people harassing her, threatening her, and telling her she deserves to suffer on a video of her talking about struggling with her mental health. Someone said, anyways, who's ready for K through 12? Y'all... Come on. The only thing coming up is TikToks, videos, and tweets by Melanie fans, no articles, documentation, or source. Okay, so all these articles that were going crazy at the time, I'm trying to see if I can find a date for you guys. 2017. Yeah, all these tabloids from when it happened, 2017. Now when you look up the situation, it's this. It's not even the articles or Timothy's statements. Reddit, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter. It's no big name blogs. Okay, so this is again another outcry from Timothy, asking people to leave her alone and move on. She said she had been considering speaking out for some time. This incident has been bothering me for a while now. I've been going over it in therapy for a while now and was trying to really uncover what about it was bothering me so much. I started realizing the severity of the situation. Being someone who considers themselves a mental illness advocate, I felt like I couldn't keep quiet. Deserve to know what really happened. Okay. Hilla said she was aware of what the reaction would be like and understood how Melanie Martinez's fan base would react. I prepared myself for the reaction that I have been getting, but there's no way you can ever prepare for the internet, honestly. Speaking of someone who willingly puts himself on the internet and gets attacked every day, daily, there's no way you can prepare for this. It takes a lot of thick skin and strong will. I knew what her fan I can't even imagine it though on this caliber. Like that Montenegro thing was nothing compared to this, honestly. I knew what her fan base is like, and I knew that it was going to be hard to swallow for a lot of the children looking up to her. That's another thing. I didn't even consider this though. Like, a big part of our fandom are children or people whose frontal lobes haven't developed or don't really understand the severity of the situation. So to them, it's just like this random lady coming for their fave. Of course they're going to be loyal to Melanie, and they don't realize that words mean something. So I can see how a kid can just pick up little thumbs on Twitter or a high schooler and say some really rude and disgusting things and not grasp the weight of what they're saying. So to an adult like Timothy, it would hurt, but to them they're just words. It's just like a little kiki. It's just stand Twitter. I knew there would be those in denial and angry at me for tarnishing the reputation of someone they look up to. Yep. Okay, back to my mental problem made me do it. Timothy Heller apologized to Melanie Martinez. Real or hoax? Do you forgive her? No kids. Oof. Okay. Someone is trying to discredit Timothy by saying, we still have a whole other thread to support Melanie to go through. Someone, though, said she SA'd and groomed someone. No, that was false and came out to be false years ago. Timothy Heller was her word allegation against her. Okay. Pause to read this. This is from a Melanie Martinez thread, though. I can't. That you can't. I guess you can't use that as credible though if it's coming from a fan Reddit page. Don't forget how Melanie. What? Stop! 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 Not them trying to use the crybaby aesthetic to prove that Melanie is running with the likes of Trump in them. Be for real, people. If you don't understand the artistry, leave it there, but don't try to sit here and accuse her of being that. That's crazy. Oh, because I have teddy bears in a jar, I'm into animal abuse or something. No! If you don't get the art, leave it at that. Don't start saying shit like this. Not sure if productive is the right word to describe my night part 2. This is literally a crybaby pity party. I don't know what's being... Oh, maybe boobs? It's in reference to Melanie herself. She wants to sexualize her body. She can. It's her body. I'm assuming this is boobs blurred out right here. But I would imagine this is a reference to pity party. I don't know what this is. A 2-headed baby. But it's giving crybaby era. It's an aesthetic. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, stay out of it. Fave episode of iCarly. I don't know what that is. What got blurred from her Tumblr. Why are you defending... You people... I'm not even going to acknowledge this section. This one is BS. More of Melanie... Shut it up! This is BS right here. We went from... Oh, so we're going to tarnish Melanie's... No, we're not doing that part with the crybaby era. If you don't understand the artistry behind it, leave it at that. No, we're not doing that. Whatever. Okay. Let's get back to now the other thread. I would say the beginning and middle half, like part 1, part 2. Only part 1 and part 2 honestly were helpful. Part 3 was a lot of ranting and rambling, and then we ended it trying to accuse Melanie of the P word. No. Part 3 was bullshit. Not gonna lie. It went from like, oh, we're gonna discredit Timothy, so now let's attack Melanie's character. No. We didn't even stay with the facts there. Okay, so that first hour of the video was about Timothy Heller, her perspective, the full story on what happened, and now we're gonna get to, I guess, debunking Melanie Martinez's SA allegations made by former friend Timothy Heller. So now this next part will be, I guess, in support of Melanie. Let's begin. Okay. Hold on, this is a lot. I need a break. Hold on. Okay. Now we're into part 2 of the video. Let's begin. Again, this is debunking Melanie Martinez's essay allegations made by former friend Timothy Heller. Update 1. This is an updated version of a previous thread I posted months ago. I decided to make an updated thread in light of the recent events, referring to Timothy Heller coming forward again with her video last week and accusing Melanie once again. These updates will be used as reference notes to talk about the new info and to add more context. Update 2. I encourage everyone to read this thread in full before forming your opinion. I know that the length of this thread might be Oh, God! Here we go again! Okay. I should have got a snack or something. Intimidating to some people, but I promise you that every detail mentioned is important. Exactly. These little things are important. They're not even little things. They're big things for a big thing. It helps you better comprehend and understand the situation, which is the whole point of this video. Update 3. For full transparency, everyone is completely allowed to archive it. Okay, so they're just giving us rights to the things they post and want us to save and repost it. Okay. If a tweet appears as if it has been deleted, it's because Twitter limits tweets that contain broken links, Okay, they're asking people not to just believe that they're not valid just because of the formatting. Be cautious and be safe. Prioritize your mental health. Yeah, this is very important as well. Because again, in my last comment section, I noticed that there were SA victims giving their opinions too. So, trigger warning, I guess. Be cautious and be safe. Prioritize your mental health. You should only read this thread if you feel comfortable. All of the points covered in this thread are public information that is already available online. I condemn any act of stalking, bullying, and public harassment and doxing. That is not cool, guys. Disclaimer, be respectful. Yes, period. in my comment section as well. Remember that everyone is entitled to their own opinion and bringing forth their own ideas and beliefs. I can't force you to believe in something that you don't want to believe in. Due to safety and privacy reasons, I will disable the comments of, oh my god, you're a professional. I love you. A really tired dog. Shout out to you. This is amazing so far. Another disclaimer, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist. This thread was made for educational purposes only. All of my arguments contain their respective sources, and it's fair to say that in both threads there's obviously going to be some bias leaked into the information. So consider all of that with this entire video. Even my comments. I mean, hell, I'm wearing Melanie merch. If you don't know that there's a little bit of bias here, that's on you, babe. Anyways, next up, all credits go to the rightful owners. Let's begin. Alright, here we go. This master thread consists of 2 parts. Part 1 covers the story, the accusations, which we've already kind of touched on in the first half of this video, the pieces of evidence found, and the general timeline of events. Part 2 covers some misconceptions and rumors people have regarding Melanie and Timothy. Okay. Part 1, addressing the Melanie and Timothy accusations. We've already kind of done that. I don't know if there's anything new that people want to. Okay, no, there's definitely new information. Just from a quick glance, I saw it. Okay, so this is the statement where Timothy retells a story. But what caught me here is Timothy corroborated her statements by providing 2 pieces of evidence. This is what I've been asking for this whole time, not just words, evidence. The first piece of evidence she gave was a photo of Melanie during the alleged sleepover. The pic was then sent to Newsweek and later released as part of an interview. Sent to Newsweek, it's giving clout chaser, and then the handcuffs, people were saying she's a bottom, so how could she top you, which I have no opinion on either of those statements. I can see both sides on that. The second and final evidence Timothy provided was a video. Again, this is when people were like, the dates are wrong, and she's saying iCloud changed it, whatever. The second and final evidence Timothy provided was a video of her iCloud she posted on a now-deleted tweet on December 30th, 2017. Damn, we went into the New Year's with this. We're going to talk about the pieces of evidence later, but now we'll address Melanie's statement. Okay, we've read the statement again. If you want to quickly read it, there you have it. As a refresher, the general public misquoted Melanie's statement as she never said no. And this is the part that I pointed out. We both had... She never said no to what we chose to do together. That's the part that people were like, okay, so you did something together, and just because she didn't say no doesn't mean that she wanted it to happen. And now the person is saying, a really tired dog is saying, the general public misquoted Melanie's statement as she never said no instead of quoting her full statement, which was she never said no to what we chose to do together. She never said no to what we chose to do together was a direct response to Timothy's statement. She never said no. Oh, this is, again, the excerpt from Melanie's response. Melanie Martinez, she never said no to what we chose to do together. She never said no. Timothy, I repeatedly said no. Melanie is denying her statement. Okay. I was looking at it as like Melanie was speaking in general, but Melanie is saying like she never explicitly said no. Allegedly. To what we chose to do together. The verb chose indicates and expresses consent. Asked me why I didn't want to, that it would be fun. I repeatedly said no, but even in her own statement, Timothy is saying she said no without saying the words no. Not that she repeatedly said no. She never said no. She's even said that herself in her own statement. She gave reasons why and was like, I have a boyfriend, you're my best friend, I have work, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, but she never said no is what Melanie is saying. She never said no to what we chose to do together. But even still, you don't have to say the words no for consent to not be there. Part 24 out of... Oh, Lord, baby. 250 parts. Okay. Melanie Martinez released a second official statement on December 9th, 2017, where she reaffirms her innocence expressed on her previous letter by stating, I would never be intimate with someone without their absolute consent. We read this statement before. Jeez. 56... Yeah, I can see why this is daunting for Timothy Heller. You got almost 100,000 people just on Twitter alone. Half of 100,000 people siding with Melanie. Crybaby on Twitter. So these are links to the tweets. because the quote, "I would never be intimate with someone," doesn't help them push this narrative of Melanie being a self-admitted. Melanie stated that they engaged in consensual sex, but never stated a specific date, but a pin on that. So Melanie saying it was consensual, Timothy saying it was not, is the whole basis of all of this. Melanie released a third and final statement on December 22nd, 2017 by releasing the song Piggyback. And that's what I was saying. Piggyback is like the final statement, the final nail in the coffin, if you will, on the situation for Melanie. As we know, her music is her emotions, her music is her story. So I feel like giving Piggyback was her final statement on all of this. She's not going to give another statement. I don't think she has to give another statement. I don't want her to give another statement. She's said everything she needs to say. And again, in the video that Timothy released last week, nothing new was brought to light. There were no further details, really. It was just, this happened, I've had a hard time with it, and no one believes me, but you should believe me. That's basically all the video was. So I don't think Melanie, what is she going to do? Reiterate everything she's already said? That's really all she can do, which I don't think is necessary. On December 5th, 2017, the day after she posted her statement, Timothy did an exclusive interview with Newsweek addressing the allegations. The article was written by Emily Goddett. Ooh, we even got the writer's name? Damn. Read the interview in full before continuing this thread. Here is the link if someone would like to go over to it. I don't feel like that's necessary. We got the gist of that interview already. This is the presumed timeline of events presented by Timothy in the article. The night of June 24th, the night of the first sleepover, after Melanie Martinez comes back from New York from her concert. She's back in LA. The night of June 25th, this is the second night they had a sleepover. Again, Timothy alleges that Melanie was trying to coerce her into doing things. And the day of June 26th, the day after the sleepover. So Timothy alleges that it happened on June 25th of 2015. Update 4. I'm going to provide context to why the dates presented on the Newsweek article were June 24th and 25th and not the 25th and 26th. Okay? In Timothy's original statement, the alleged abuse happened on the second night of... Yeah, we already said that. In either case, the sleepover did not start on... Oh! In either case, the sleepover did not start on neither the 24th or the 25th. Melanie and Timothy actually meet on June 26th. This claim is backed up by Timothy's iCloud and social media posts, which we will look over later. Let's go back into discussing Timothy's evidence. So we're saying that the dates don't add up. Timothy said the iCloud dates are wrong. So again, this is he said, she said. We don't really know what the proper dates were. Nobody does, apparently. The first piece of evidence Timothy provided was the pic used in the news article. Melanie Martinez, on the night in question in 2015, allegedly playing the game. Heller says she took way too seriously with the handcuffs. Okay. The fuzzy handcuffs. The sub handcuffs. This is supposed to be a never seen before pic, but you can find it re-uploaded from February 2017. That's because Timothy liked to take Snapchat stories, which he used to spend time with Melanie. MFG. Okay, these are fans giving their input on the side here. I'm going to move myself so that you can see. Oh, come on. Get it together. There you go. Pause that and read if you want to. I'm just trying to give all the details for you to make up your mind properly. So, the photo of Melanie in handcuffs was taken on May 6, 2015. Then it was uploaded to by Timothy via Snapchat and later saved online. Video proof of this Instagram account post confirming that the photo was uploaded on February 2017. Okay, so the date literally says February 19th, 2017. It was re-uploaded. So this is, I guess, a fan page who follows Timothy's Snapchat account, and they just re-uploaded it on that day. Update 5. Weeks after I uploaded my thread, someone was kind enough to reach out to me anonymously and let me know that they found an earlier archive of the same photo, December 2015. We now have 100% confirmation that Timothy uploaded the pic on her Snapchat stories. 399 weeks ago, December 10th, 2015, someone posted this photo of Melanie, which means it existed at least during December 10th, 2015. So it's still around the same time frame. Okay. Okay, moving on. The game Melanie and Timothy were playing is called Valentine's Day Lover's Kit. The description of the game reads, one wears a blindfold while the other rolls a dice to reveal the action of love. The game was not mentioned / referenced in Timothy's original letter. Yeah, it was framed like they were just hanging out, having a good time, and then Melanie took it to an extent it didn't need to be taken to. Now, who knows if Melanie was the one or if Timothy was the one to suggest they play this game, but this is clearly taking it there with this rolling of the dice stuff. And now that I think about it, though, why is Melanie the one in handcuffs? Because in Timothy's recount of the story, it seems like Melanie allegedly is the one doing everything to Timothy, and there was no mention, like they said, of the game or the kid or anything like that. So if Melanie's the one doing all of the things, I'm trying to be PG, then why would she be the one in handcuffs? I'm assuming having things then done to her if she's the one in handcuffs. Like she was, take a picture of me! I doubt it. And again, the game was never mentioned to begin with, so they were playing like a little game. This part definitely has me side-eyeing, I'm not gonna lie. Some people speculate that the part in Timothy's statement where Melanie kept asking for permission to touch Timothy's body, such as her arms, happened while they were playing the Lover's Kit game. That paragraph is just an observation and should not be taken as fact. Here we go. Oh, the game was brought in a thrift store, but there isn't a solid answer on who had the idea of buying and playing the game. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Timothy said it was Melanie's idea, while on another interview, Timothy said it was her. Oh, God, Timothy.
Leg and those things. And I was like, oh my God, that's so funny. Like, let's get it, you know? Yeah.
Speaking of that picture, what was that a picture of? Like, what were you guys doing?
With me wearing her wig?
Yeah, or no, the one with the handcuffs. What's that?
Melanie in handcuffs.
Oh, okay. So that day we had gone to a thrift store and there was just this, like, silly, like, old, like, kit that was like a feather tickler and like handcuffs and like those dice that say like kiss leg and those things, and I was like, oh my God, that's so funny, like let's get it, you know? Yeah.
So you wanted to play the game or you didn't want to play the game? So I'm assuming from me adding things up, it sounds like the essay was the game. But in this video now, she's stating that she wanted to play the game. Make your own opinions. In Timothy's original letter, she stated that the incident happened in bed, but in the article she stated that the incident happened while playing the game. Fans have also made photo comparisons. Yeah, because wasn't she saying, thinking back to the part 1 of this video, where Timothy's like, she just wanted to sleep, she had work early in the morning, and Melanie was like keeping her up allegedly, but it's like the game is the one that's like lick, touch, PG. Okay, in Timothy's original letter, she stated that the incident happened in bed, but in the article she stated that the incident happened while playing the game. Fans have also made photo comparisons between the picture taken and Timothy's camera roll, which I will discuss later. Okay, so we have the infamous Melanie in the handcuffs and blindfold, ready to play, the Lover's Kit, do not disturb, do not disturb. Okay. And she says that she was the one who was like, we should buy this. We can also confirm that the picture was taken on May 6th, 2015, based on Melanie's hair, but again, she wears wigs, so I don't really think this is proof of anything. Here are pics proving that the photo was posted on May 6th on Melanie's Instagram. Little body, big heart. Conclusion, the iCloud story may be fake. Timothy could have just changed the dates of all her... Okay, so they're saying that Timothy might have just edited her photos to say that the dates aren't right. I went over to Melanie's Instagram and this was what she posted on May 6th. Same hair, same jacket, and even the same apartment. Look at the walls and floor. Timothy said in her tweet that the reason it said it was taken on May 6th, 2015 is because her iCloud was messed up. But I don't think it was after seeing this picture Mel posted on that date. This is obviously one of Timothy's new lies that she has told just to prove her statement is correct. Yeah, so what they're saying is Melanie took this picture, posted on May 6th, 2015. It's in Timothy's iCloud photos saved for the same date, but Timothy is saying that the date iCloud uploaded it is wrong. But Melanie posted it on that date and took it on that date, is what they're alleging here. I also managed to find a Melanie fan page on Twitter that also posted the May 6th pic on their feed. Keep in mind, this person lives in Brazil, and the time zones are different from the United States. Okay, so again, the photo was posted on May 6, 2015, but Timothy in her iCloud is saying that the iCloud date is wrong for May 6th, even though everyone else has posted the photo around that time. Picture 1, photo posted on May 12th, 2015. Picture 2, posted on May 19th, 2015. Okay. I'm assuming they're going to give us context in a second about this. More photos are in May. Melanie Martinez pity party, streaming party. Man, I can't even imagine what it was like to be a crybaby during that time. I mean, not even talking about the allegations. I'm talking about the crybaby era. Okay, so just a timeline of photos. All this leads us to the morning of June 25th, 2015, when Melanie posted a picture in New York at 9:44 Eastern Standard Time with the caption, "Going home to LA with this weave and cookie on my head." Okay, so she has blonde and black hair. She's had a bob for these past few days, and now it's longer, so I'm assuming this is a wig. Melanie was on tour at the time. The tour ended on June 21st, 2015, but she stayed in New York for a couple of days because she was born in New York City, probably visited some relatives. Okay, I'm not going to speak on possibles or whatever, but the point is she left New York to go back to LA. Melanie couldn't have stayed at a sleepover in LA on June 25th because she was in New York, and on that exact same day, remember, Timothy said that the sleepover lasted for 2 nights straight, which is impossible. I said no for 2 nights straight, referring back to Timothy's original statement and replay of the situation. On tour, according to Heller, Martinez pressured her into the SA June 25th of 2015. So from the game to the tour date discourse, these are like 2 big things people are saying are disproving Timothy's allegations. Keep in mind that Timothy gave the dates of June 25th and June 24th during the Newsweek interview on December 5th, 2017. The day after Melanie released her statement, Melanie did not acknowledge Timothy's dates as those correct dates in which their sleepover took place. She didn't say anything because Melanie wasn't a man. I guess is what she said in her interview, Timothy, allegedly. Timothy and Melanie had several sleepovers in 2015. Melanie couldn't have possibly known which sleepover Timothy was referring to because Timothy, intentionally or not, combined different aspects, details from all their sleepovers and tried to present it as one sleepover. Sleepover of May 6th is the handcuff picture. Second sleepover, June 26th. Third sleepover, October 19th. Okay. Oh, I thought that was Melanie. No, this is Timothy in Melanie's wig. Dressed up as Melanie. Wants people to believe that these 2 pics... Okay! Timothy Heller wants people to believe that these 2 pics were taken over the span of a day, being the first pic taking place on June 24th, 2015. Photo actually taken on May 6th, 2015. This one, again, in the handcuffs, and Melanie posted it. Fans reposted it May 6th. And the second pic happening on June 25th. She's trying to say that the 1 sleepover, 2 sleepover, when the essay happened, and then the 3rd day they left or whatever. But they're saying that these photos aren't even in the same month. May 6th is this one. Second pic happening on June 25th is this one. But Timothy's saying that this is sleepover 1, sleepover 2. And this day is when the assault happened. In a nutshell, Timothy Heller's argument, these 2 pictures were taken over the span of 1 day, versus Melanie Martinez's argument, these 12 pictures were taken over the span of 1.5 months. Okay. Update 7. The point of the collage was to show you that the pic posted on May 6th was in fact taken on that day, while the May 6th photo shows Melanie's natural hair. Melanie was wearing weaves on the pics taken on June 25th and June 26th. I'm sorry for the misunderstanding. I thought that I made myself clear by quoting Melanie's post when she stated that she was wearing weaves. Okay. changing up her hair. And weaves are not just like a little 5-minute thing to do. They take hours and like time. To end this section, when Timothy was asked in an interview about Melanie's hair color during the sleepover, she gave a contradictory response. This is most likely because she probably couldn't remember. It was months ago. This is most likely because people can have a better understanding of the timeline of events by knowing Melanie's real hair color. Yeah, because she changed it so much, so at least if Timothy says what her hair was like in that moment, they can, based off of the pictures, try to timeline the situation. So let's hear what Timothy has to say.
Wigs, literally, like, a lot of people are asking what color was Mel's hair when it happened. I don't even know why that's a question. She wears wigs literally, like, for every single concert.
Right. She had purple and black hair at the time. She was wearing a wig. I've never known Melanie to ever have extensions in her life. Whenever she's pictured with long hair, it's a wig.
Okay. So she had long hair, apparently. So going back to this photo, she did not have long hair. She did not have long hair. She had long hair here, here, and that's about it. Next. Let me see. The second and final piece of evidence Timothy gave was an iCloud video that she posted on Twitter on December 30th, 2017. So this is 2 years after the fact. We can confirm that the tweet is real thanks to a quoted reply. They were questioning if it is normal for iCloud to display the dates wrong on your camera roll. May 9th, 2015. I don't know if I'm gonna regret posting this, but I thought this might clear some things up. I start this video out showing that my iCloud photo is clearly effed up. The pictures of me in the green wig are clearly not from 2011. Is this a known thing that happens for iCloud to mess up dates? Is what the person was questioning. Oh, you can actually be linked straight to it. Dang. Okay. Wait a minute. But can you get to Timothy? Oh, this page doesn't exist. She deleted her Twitter. I forgot. View. Timothy stated. Oh, my battery's about to die. 1 sec. Gotta change the battery. Okay. Here we go. Timothy is saying that the dates were messed up from her iCloud. This person, a really tired dog, is stating how dates probably can't be messed up from iCloud. Yada, yada, yada. I feel like from the fans reposting, Melanie reposting that picture from those dates, I think it's fair to say that the dates were not messed up. Timothy stands by her statement expressing that the sleepover happened between the dates of June 24th, 2015 to June 25th, 2015. Nevertheless, her iCloud video and posts from social media prove otherwise. Yeah. June 27th, Melanie... Okay. So the dates are still fuzzy. The reason why the date of the last tweet says June 27th, 2015 is because the person lives in Italy and they posted the images once Timothy's Snapchat deleted them. Here's another pic of them from June 26th, 2015, which was later posted by Timothy online. So that's Melanie, that's Timothy. Okay. I love this pic of me, and she's next to Melanie. And this is, this would be after the alleged essay. The screenshot used in the previous tweet has been slightly edited due to color correction. Here's another pic from June 26th in which Timothy poses using Melanie. She looks so much like Melanie, it's crazy. I keep thinking it's Melanie when it's her posing as Melanie. Next, we know that the other person in the mirror next to Timothy is Melanie because of the tattoo. Yes. Melanie shares the stories behind her coolest tattoos. Okay, so I don't think we need this much proof. We know that this person right here is Melanie Martinez. I think this part is more so just about the dates. The link of the original tweet is now broken, but you can tell by the quoted replies that the tweet was real. They also pointed out the inconsistency surrounding Melanie's hair, which was discussed earlier. Isn't that selfie took at Melanie's place? Yes, and that's Melanie at this side with long blonde hair. Timothy posted that alleged abuse pic, and Melanie had short bluish and black hair. Something's definitely up. That being said, again, Melanie's always wearing wigs, so who knows about the hair thing? Trigger warning: consumption of cannabis. Okay, I hope this next section is not going to try to blame anyone for using substances and thus putting them at fault for things happening while on those substances. Okay, so I guess they're just saying cannabis is not going to make you so out of your own consciousness that you're not able to know or control what you're doing, is what this person is alleging. The threat is to provide additional context to how Timothy Keller and Melanie Martinez became familiarized with the psychotic. I don't care about their drug use. If they want to do that, that's their business, not mine. Fans argue that Timothy was the friend that Melanie was referring to during the interview because of these old... Okay, whoa. When asked about the first time she smoked we should censor that word, Melanie answered with the following: I was with my friend in her boyfriend's room, and she had, like, a bong in her room. In his room. And I was like, I don't know, and I just smoked we should censor that word. I just tried it, and I had never tried it before. Okay? Fans argue that Timothy was the friend that Melanie was referring to during the interview because of these old Vine videos. Timothy was also wearing the Mickey Mouse hat she wore, okay, when they went to... Man, they were close friends, but you can see the bong in the video. So it probably was Timothy. Regardless if Timothy was the one who introduced Melanie into smoking or not, it was a common activity, okay? Smoking or not smoking, great, they can do it if they want to. People also argue that Timothy couldn't... People also argue that Timothy couldn't have been pressured into smoking during the sleepover because Timothy comes from Oregon, a state where the residents are more receptive of people smoking compared to New York, where Melanie was born, but I digress. I feel like that point does not matter. You're from Texas, Favour. You must love wearing cowgirl boots. No, I think they're actually ugly. This is so not important. This point... I feel like on both sides, people just try to grab anything they can to support their claims or support their side, that it almost, like, makes it so juvenile. Being from Oregon has nothing to do with any of this. Being from New York has nothing to do with any of this. The gravity of the situation, and we're talking about, well, you're from this state, so therefore you're this type of person. Come on, people. Please remember that cannabis can... Okay, we're not talking about cannabis, guys. This is so dumb. Timothy and Melanie Martinez became friends around 2014, a couple of months before the Dollhouse tour started, where Timothy's former band Dresses played as the opening act. Okay, so Timothy used to be an opener for Melanie Martinez and was not... So it was like business and friendship. How long do you know Melanie? Haha, we met a little over a year ago. Melanie stopped being friends with Timothy in either late 2016 or early 2017 following the advice of her personal healer psychic called Raven. They allegedly told Melanie that she needed to cut people out of her life and focus on her career. Oh, I can see how that could be hurtful, though, for Timothy. Saw me so much. Her name is Raven, and she is an angel. So Melanie just cut Timothy out, basically. I mean, if that's her prerogative, that's her prerogative. If she felt like that's where she needed to do to kind of cut the excess off to further her career and her life, that's her right to do so. I could see why some would argue, though, that this whole situation might be retaliation. I'm just thinking of the fact that Timothy was the one who said, let's buy the game, but she was stating that it was after, like, they had a fun day and she was in bed, but yet they're playing. I don't know, it's not looking good in my opinion. Due to conflicting reports, this whole thing has been a conflicting report. We don't have a specific date when they stopped being friends, but the most likely explanation is that it happened in early 2017. So when did the allegations come out? Did they come out after they stopped being friends? Are you and Mel cool? Yep, love her forever. Are you still friends with Melanie? Yep, we're friends. No, they never got to meet. Are you still friends with Melanie? Yep, we're friends. And this is January 27th. No, they never got to meet. Ginny and Pebbles. We will address some of the possibilities. The reason why Timothy lied about stop being friends with Melanie in 2016 was not because of the trauma, but because by telling people she stopped being friends with Melanie for years and just distancing herself, people wouldn't care about her, I'm sure. She attempted to make her statement seem more believable.
In 2015, she stopped being my friend. If you watched the recorded You Now interview that I did with Sophia, The part where I say it must have been 2016, I was referring to when Melanie decided to stop being my friend, not the incident. The incident happened in 2015. She stopped being my friend in 2016.
Okay. And thinking back to the Madeline Claire, I think her name is, where they both allege that Melanie would allegedly do things with them and then cut them off immediately, but it sounds like Melanie cut things off with Timothy a year later. People will attack you for pointing this out, but please keep in mind that unlike most cases of abuse/violence, Melanie had no power over Timothy. I would disagree. There's definitely a power dynamic in their friendship, like an imbalance. There was no power in... I disagree with this one. I would definitely disagree. Because I could see, again, how Timothy was the one who wanted to, like, grow her career, become famous, be an artist, be a big artist. She had her band. And her best friend was Melanie Martinez, this huge artist who already had this huge fan base and loyal fan base. So on that aspect, I guess I could see why... And they were supposed to be friends and business partners. I can see why there would be a power imbalance. In my opinion, there was a power imbalance. Give me your thoughts on that. Tired Dog says there wasn't one. I think there was one. Timothy and Melanie were on speaking terms until September of 2017, just months before Timothy released her statements. I won't go into further detail out of respect, but please remember that staying friends with people who abused you doesn't make you guilty by any means. I would say on both sides. And again, please don't misinterpret it or twist it. This section is just about a general timeline of events. So I feel like we've already disclosed that, like, we can all agree that the dates and timeline of it all is murky and no one knows the exact timeline, like the exact outplay of events. Because the photos and alleged proof show that Timothy's timeline is so wrong, but yet Timothy is adamant that this, from June 24th of 2015 to June 26th, is when it all occurred. So, who knows? However, we can provide enough proof to show you that they actually stopped being friends in 2017. For illustration purposes only, the following examples are interactions they had over the years. So, like, posting pictures together, the sleepovers, da-da-da-da-da, they stopped being public with each other in 2017. Okay. Video proof of Timothy Heller's Instagram post from August 14th of 2015 when they were together. Here's the archive when Timothy and Melanie met up. Remember that the date was 6/27/2015. On November 8th of 2015, Melanie and Timothy went to a toy museum. Okay. Timothy uploaded a picture of Melanie's bathroom on Instagram, so they were still friends all through the year of 2015. After the alleged essay, the first pic is Timothy's Instagram feed on December 2015, and the second pic is the perspective of respective descriptions for each post, proving that the description from the Melanie's bathroom selfie post is real. 1 p.m. I checked Timothy's Instagram feed from 2015 for research. Last night I investigated again. What I found is shocking. The picture on the left is at 1 p.m. yesterday. The other one is 11 p.m. last night. So some things were definitely deleted. The thread was changed. This post is deleted, it looks like. This post is still there. Still there. Still there. So some posts were deleted, basically. Me in my car, and these are the description she gave. Or the post, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. On Instagram. Da-da-da-da-da. Curious Cat, where she stated she and Melanie were still on speaking terms. This is March 2017. The last screenshot is from May, not from March, but she was answering a Melanie-related question. Okay, I'll open this for you to see. Okay. On September 2017, Timothy Heller liked Michael Keenan's repost of the Mad Hatter music video. I said by my previous statement I made that Melanie and Timothy were on speaking terms until September of 2017 based on the fact that Timothy liked this post. It might have been that Timothy still wanted to be friends with Melanie and Melanie would kind of like dropped her at this point. There's no way to say just off of Timothy liking a post that they were still friends. Like, I know people that I haven't spoken to in real life in years, and I wouldn't consider them a friend, but I still see their Instagram posts, and I might like a thing or two. Like, if they get engaged or something good happens to them, like, I'm just not a bitter bitch, so I'll like their post, you know? Liking a post is not incriminating, or it does not prove or disprove anything, in my opinion. And now, November 7th, 2017, Timothy Heller tweeted the following: when you follow someone because they're in the industry and you want them to hear your song, but instead they slide in your DMs with, hey. What? I don't know. Who knows who she was referring to? Person in the industry. So it's obvious that Timothy wanted to be like bigger in the music industry. Like, that's not, but I wouldn't say that does not prove though that's her reason for making the essay allegations. In general, she's just a weirdo, I'm not gonna lie. In real cases of abuse, oh, okay. So this is like a phone number for people who have been in the situation, and not to blame them for their actions or reactions. Those are 2 tweets on the same day. Melanie allegedly tried to contact Timothy and her boyfriend, which ended up with both of them blocking Melanie. I'm not ready to talk yet. What if I have my own story of abuse, but I'm scared it will ruin the person's life? Tried to keep the story from coming out. So they're saying that Melanie tried to reach out to them. I started sobbing when I saw Melanie was calling me and I blocked her. What if she was just trying to see, are you okay? What if she didn't even think you were about to accuse her? Martinez then tried calling Heller's boyfriend and sent him several texts. Well, let's see the text messages, people. We would keep saying we have no solid proof. We can go back and look at phone records, phone logs. This is something that you could use to show that you are telling the truth here. Asking him to put her in touch with Heller. In Martinez's text messages, which Newsweek has read. Okay, so maybe another video. Listen, this video is about to be 2 hours long. I don't know if y'all want a third video, but it seems like there's more context in this Newsweek interview that no one has talked about, because I didn't even know about this Melanie calling and texting thing before the news broke. So it seems like after Timothy made those tweets about what if I had my own situation, that's when Melanie was like, they're alleging, started freaking out and trying to reach out to her. So this Newsweek interview might be important if you believe anything that Timothy Heller has to say. Note, I have seen people using the terms phone records and phone recordings interchangeably. When I use the term phone recordings, I'm referring to the call logs. Timothy claims that a phone call didn't take place. She accepted the call but hung up immediately. So did she block her and not take the call, or did she?
Because
Newsweek is saying that Melanie called, Timothy was crying and declined the call and blocked the phone number, and because she blocked her, Melanie had to call the boyfriend and he also didn't take the call. But here it sounds like she's about to say something else. So a lot of conflicting things.
So I'm just gonna say it again, because again, I'm sorry, some of these are repetitive. So you think that Mel's healer is, like, when she tried to say you should talk to them, you think that's kind of BS? Do you think?
Right, yeah. I mean, I think that she has this, like, God complex that she has to, like, fly in and save me because I'm the one who's mentally ill, when she hasn't really struggled with mental illness ever in her life.
How would you know? What the? So why is it you can be a people pleaser, but she can't have a God complex to where... It's not even a God complex. Me, I'm not a God complex person, but hell, I don't know if you believe in astrology, but as a Capricorn rising, I always find myself with people who need encouragement or need uplifting, who need that support, and being willing, almost to my own detriment, to give it to people. That doesn't mean I have a God complex. That just means I want to help my fellow human. That's the reason I went into nursing. I'm in freaking healthcare because I feel like a big purpose of my life is to help other people. And it comes out in different ways. Me making content, making other people happy and laugh and enjoy, their lives. Me being a nurse. Me helping my friends, giving them advice. But to turn that around and accuse someone of having a God complex because they wanted to help you is shitty.
Mentally ill when she hasn't really struggled with mental illness.
And then to say that she's never had any mental health struggles like I have. Who has the God complex now? Or the victim I don't think I like Timothy Heller. Off the basis of how much more do we have? We're on piece 122 out of 250. I might skim through most of this if anything jumps out to me. Let's just skim through. In fact, let's finish that clip and then we'll skim through. This is 1 minute and 50 seconds long, but I think I already have my mind made up, guys.
Has to fly in and save me because I'm the one who's mentally ill when she hasn't really struggled with mental illness ever in her life.
How would you
and
fucking
she
know?
Just, I don't know, tries to be this savior for everyone. And after I've had,
You're telling me the woman who wrote Crybaby, the album, after school, K through 12, and now Portals, never has struggled with mental health issues. Not even talking about her unreleased work. Timothy, I need you to be fucking for real.
2 years of weekly therapy and I'm on medication. I'm good.
She's trying to out-victim her. I mean, you're both in therapy, so that is proof right there for both of you.
I'm good, I did that for myself, and I don't need her to come and recommend me this healer that's gonna look into my past lives. I'm good, G.
A holistic approach.
Did she recommend that to you because of what happened? Or
I don't know. I really don't know. When she sent it, she says that she saw that more vague tweet that I had, and that
Pull up the
she got
tweets.
worried about me.
Memory is not working because it didn't help us with the dates or the timeline. So let's pull up the text messages. Pull up the actual contact. Let's not recall things because obviously recollection is not very good. She said, she told me. Pull it up. You said she texted you. Pull up the text messages. Receipts. You need a receipt, babe.
And,
a month ago? Was this a month ago that this happened? Or was this a while back?
You don't know?
When yeah.
Oh, if it's only a month ago, then you should still have the text messages. Print them off. Pull them up to the camera.
When she saw the tweet and tried to contact me and Mikey.
So, okay. Bye, girl. So, Timothy Heller makes this inconspicuous tweet about how she may have a situation that she wants to talk about, but she doesn't want to hurt someone. Melanie, thinking she's being a good person, good friend, reaches out and says, hey, if you need to talk to someone, you can talk to my healer, therapist, whatever Raven is, to Melanie. Timothy takes that as I don't need your therapist. I have my own therapist. Who are you to give me advice? You've never struggled with anything. And not only that, but you're the one I'm talking about. And goes on this tyrant with whatever, I guess this is the News Weekly or whatever. Let's just finish the video.
Oh. So you did talk to her a month ago?
No, I didn't respond.
Oh,
She tried to call me and I hung up and then...
You hung up or you blocked the number and declined it sobbing. They're two different things.
And I hung up and then Mikey got the text messages, but we never responded.
Oh, and that's when you blocked her, basically?
Right.
Okay. And Mel hasn't texted you, or, from what you know of since then? That sounds...
I wouldn't know because I still have her blocked.
Okay.
Okay, so this is again talking about how she tried to contact them. This is a friend, another person coming in saying they were with Timothy, and Timothy and her boyfriend Melanie tried calling. We were at a bar downtown with her boyfriend and another friend of hers. In any case, none of that proves she's a liar. It proves she's a fallible God. Y'all. Melanie's psychic was also mentioned on the alleged text messages Timothy received. Okay. I want to see all the stuff of Timothy speaking specifically, because then you can interpret it, like her facial expressions, body language, what she's saying for yourself. Timothy stated that Melanie unfollowed her on social media after having a long conversation with her via text messages, that those were the main reasons why their friendship ended in 2016. Regardless, there are opposing statements that contradict this.
For me, and I can't imagine having a constructive conversation with her at this point.
So she came to the internet with it. Are you still friends with Melanie? Whoa. Okay, so they stopped being friends for real and following each other October 2016. But she's stating that, when was this taken? We're still friends. Yeah, we're still friends in January of 2017. Saving face through the new year, if you will. What is this? Timothy Heller had no initial support when she came out with her statement. The Melanie Martinez's Over party was trending worldwide at number 1 with over 1 million tweet. Oh! So these are fans, I'm assuming, breaking all the merch, which is kind of dumb. Y'all paid for it. Throwing away your seat. Oh, not a vinyl! Yeah! K through 12. Portals. I don't have Crybaby because it's still my least favorite album of hers, but my god. As a collector, this makes me cringe bad. Oh, you got it signed. Kayla! At least sell it on eBay. Get a quick couple bucks out of it. Now, if you picked it right out of that trash can after the video was done filming, girl. Stop it. Okay, so people did start dropping Melanie as their fave, which I think is what Timothy wanted. Misconception number 4, Melanie made a diss track attacking Timothy, and people said she's profiting off of the situation, but Melanie's way of coping is through her music and writing songs. Period. I agree. Never supportive of Timothy's career. She didn't have to be. I mean, that's not a fault even if she wasn't, but this is proving that she was. Dresses her band or whatever. Misconception number 7, Melanie is still guilty under the eyes of the law. The California court system states everyone accused of a crime is legally presumed to be innocent until they are convicted. Innocent until proven guilty, basically, which is the premise of law. I guess after the Me Too movement and also Timothy's video from last week, at the very end she states, like, believe all victims just based off of their word. And that's because in the past, victims have not been believed and have kind of just been, like, pushed to the side. So that's why that whole thing came about. I'm a girl who is by another girl. Okay. Timothy was aware that Miles knew that Melanie had feelings for her. Both Melanie and Timothy had prior dialogues about having before engaging in activity together. This is messy. She then quickly changed her answer after she noticed that her previous statements would make people come to the realization that she and Melanie had already talked about having prior to their sleepover, and bought that little game, that kinky game. Hold on. Contradiction afoot.
So it wasn't. Whose house was it at? I remember someone asking me that. Was it at
Melanie's house?
You were staying there?
Yes, my boyfriend was out of town.
Oh, her boy. So she was dating someone when it happened?
Both of our boyfriends were out of town. Yes, we
Melanie
both
had
had
a boyfriend?
boyfriends.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask the question just out of my own pure curiosity. Was she dating Miles at the time, or was it someone else?
She was dating Miles.
Oh, shit. God, I did not know that.
He said he wouldn't care.
So,
Mm-hmm.
Was she dating Miles at the time, or was it someone else?
She was dating Miles.
Oh, shit. God, I did not know that.
He said he wouldn't care. But I don't know if she ever told him, so. Mm-hmm.
I mean, who knows if this is the first time he's hearing about it. That's rough. But it was
don't feel it anyway about that part. Oh, now we're going to the Globe Lamp Instagram stories. Pause to read. After posting some of the screenshots, I got a text message from Timothy. Before that, she hadn't contacted me since 2019. So this is a blog coming forward, I guess, in support of Melanie.
Timothy Heller has had literally since November of last year to contact me or even try to talk to me, and she hasn't put any effort into it at all, except today when I posted some screenshots from our conversation.
Hold up, wait a minute, where are those conversations? Finally, what we've been asking for, text messages, screenshots, proof. The Globe Lamp's conversation with Timothy. Oh, you're disgusting and have no morals. What a way to start this, okay. And then today, little body, big heart, something, make her look bad. What? I'm sorry, it really doesn't stop the hate though. It overwhelms me every time I'm online. Regardless of what happens online, you will always have my support. Okay, I don't understand what that means, but okay. I just mean I support you and will always believe you regardless of if I post online or not. It feels crappy seeing my abuser using your abuser to get his fans.
Here to contact me. Effort into it at all, except today when I posted some screenshots from our conversation. It's kind of weird. If you cared, you would have contacted me a year ago, or like whenever this happened. You blocked me and you fucking cut me out of your life, and you basically thought I was nothing. Sorry, I posted something that actually happened. I remember Timothy telling me that before she posted her story about Melanie, that Melanie tried to contact her a bunch to talk about it, and Timothy wouldn't answer the phone.
Was she
just
saying
like,
Melanie
no, I'm
did
gonna
the same
post
to
it,
her?
and thought it was funny. So now you know what it feels like, Timothy.
Oh.
I'm not answering your fucking text.
Oh, how the tables have turned.
You got blocked, and I just exposed whatever. You can post whatever about me. Everyone already knows I cussed out Melanie before. Everything's public that I've done. I don't have shit to hide.
Okay, Globe Lamp is a new character into the Rumble. She has publicly denounced Timothy Heller on Twitter, but I personally believe these statements were not made to spread awareness, but were made in an attempt to save her reputation / public image. So basically we're saying Globe Lamp is also a clout chaser. Both of these people...
saw you dancing, but my goal is not to put Melanie in jail.
Okay, some context. I've been asking, what's the point of all this? Why are we coming out again? Like, what is the end goal here? She said it's not to put Melanie in jail, which is why she probably hasn't and still hasn't gone to the courts about it.
Melanie in jail, and I know that that's not a realistic goal, and even if it was, I wouldn't want to.
Okay, so she wouldn't even want to put her in jail. She doesn't want a court case. Because this, even now, again, current day, modern day, 2024, we said, why not? Why are you bringing it to the internet again with your video on TikTok that she just posted? Why aren't you going to the courthouse? Back to whenever this was taken, I don't know if there's context, there's not context, but whenever this video was taken, she's saying, I don't want Melanie in jail. That's not what I want. So what do you want, Timothy?
It's not what I did this for. Yeah.
What did you do it
It's
for?
not like fucking Melanie, like, stabbed Timothy. It's like, it's really fucked up, but rape isn't always holding someone down and doing something.
That's what I was saying in the intro of this video. The idea of what went down is the way that it's been explained within Timothy's current video. It makes it seem like it's a very different situation than how it played out as it was in 2015 through 2017. Melanie didn't hold her down or, drag her anywhere. It was like, from evidence that was given allegedly now in this thread, it was a little kinky game that they both wanted to play, and they had a fallout, and then Timothy came out and says, hey, I was SA'd, when Timothy's the one who wanted to buy the game.
It's like a mental thing. It's an abuse of power, and people who don't know that need to read more about this. Yeah, thank you. You want to make her career bad? No, we literally don't care. That's literally...
So what? Why then? Why? What's the point? What? Just, I guess, sure, you want to share your story, but if you don't want her to go to jail, you don't want her to have consequences, you don't want to ruin her career, as you say, what do you want?
She ruined her career. She shouldn't have. A lot of people don't want to relive.
These are the only statements that Maddie had made regarding the topic, and when asked about Maddie, Timothy describes Maddie as the other girl who slept with Melanie instead of the other girl who Melanie abused, implying they slept together instead of S.A.
That she slept with her because Melanie was like, this is a question I have. Do you know if Melanie is bisexual? I've gotten this so many times.
None of our business if she is.
Did stuff to you. Someone else that she was friends with came out saying that she slept with her because Melanie was like trying to.
Right. You know, I don't know. She has never outwardly told me that. I don't even really know if I consider, like, because Maddie, the other girl who slept with her, Melanie dumped her too very shortly after.
Y'all, let's pack it up. What part are we at? 180? My God, we still got like at least 50 more slides. Okay, Jackie and Melanie have been friends since they were 5 years old in kindergarten, and they're still friends to this day. With what Timothy and Maddie like to do is to tell everyone that Melanie has no real friends, to convince people that Melanie is possessive and a bad person. Or like they keep alleging she sleeps with them and then drops them. But it's different when you claim that it's S.A. What is Jeanette McCurdy doing here? Trigger warning. Sorry, people. Crybaby / Earthlings are the ones who keep bringing up the accusations. No, we're not. I'm just skimming now, trying to get a final cap of all this. Timothy has also made some insensitive comments directed to a family member of Melanie who had a neurological and developmental condition. So, okay, now we're getting into the territory of the last thread where they were saying that Melanie is a P word because of the crybaby era. Now we're throwing random digs at Timothy for just random side things that don't really tie back to the point of why we're here, which is S.A. accusations and the truth behind them, or the lies behind them. 2022 popular Twitter account Jimmy Outsold stated that Timothy reached out to him to talk about her alleged abuse back in 2017, so she's still trying to reach out to the blogs about it. He also stated that going viral could have been one of the main reasons why she posted her letter. Earlier in 2023, Timothy... Oh, this is the guy who... I think he's a reactor or something. I saw like clips of him on Twitter. Timothy personally thanked a YouTuber / internet troll for speaking out against Melanie. Oh. What the? Smelanie? Speaking of which, I gotta do an Ice Spice reaction. Melanie Martinez, Melanie Martinez, what the hell? And he's reacting to it, though. I'm sure he's getting copyrighted, though, because, I mean, you're not editing nothing, sir. Melanie Martinez... Gaslighting, the movie, starring the... Who is this guy? What's his name? Who is this? YouTuber / internet troll. That's his name? Okay, we'll leave it like that. Nameless and faceless. Goodbye, sir. Unimportant. Oh, is his account suspended? As it should be. Anyway. Where are we... What's happening? Okay, accounts are getting suspended. Okay, we're wrapping up with a thread. Alright, there we go. Based off of everything that we have accounted for and spoken about in these threads, both on the thread for Melanie Martinez and the thread for Timothy, I want to say Tiffany Haddish, Timothy Heller, in my opinion, I do not believe it was S.A. I'm going to give you my opinion straight up. I don't think it was S.A. I think what happened is they were friends for a long time, very close. For whatever happened, their relationship grew into a weird area. There were weird power dynamics, bad power dynamics, financially, mentally, all the things. Melanie was definitely the one with the power. There's no denying that in their relationship. I mean, hell, she employed Timothy to be an opener for her tour. She had more money. She had more fame. Timothy, in a way, idolized her, had her mental health issues. and then they somehow ended up at a thrift store, which out of Timothy's own mouth, she was the one who said, let's buy this and let's take it back to the house and have a sleepover. And then we get the photos of Melanie handcuffed with the blindfold on, which tells me that it was probably, they were taking turns doing whatever they were doing that night. It wasn't no SA or anything like that. As for the timeline, that is still unclear. Again, no one will ever know besides Melanie Martinez or Timothy Heller on the outplay of things. It was alleged that the photos provided were not sequential, as in June 24th of 2015, June 25th of 2015, June 26th of 2015, where Timothy alleges that was when things happened. But actually it all spanned, especially those photos, over a month and a half, which I am more inclined to believe. That's really all I have to say. I think a big part of it as well is bitterness. I think a big part of it is wanting to get back at Melanie, feeling like she should be the one in Melanie's position. That video of Timothy and whoever that woman was with the piercing was very, I just felt like abrasive, and they didn't give a reason for why they made any of the allegations. They just stated they didn't want Melanie to get in legal trouble. They didn't want her to go to jail. They didn't want her to lose her fame. So the only thing I can think of is why the video of Timothy in that video is a very, I would say, aggressive and callous compared to the video we got last week, where she's more of in a victim mentality, where she says she's been attacked and da-da-da-da-da. I don't know. I get very weird energy from Timothy, and in my opinion, I don't believe her outplay of the story that happened, like, at all. It's the thing that really cemented it for me was when she said she was the one who said, yeah, let's buy this kink game and take it back. But in her account of the story from 2015, that she said in 2017, she was saying they were in bed and she was trying to go to sleep when all the stuff happened. So were you in bed and trying to go to sleep and she took advantage of you, or were y'all playing a kink game? And clearly, based off of photos and her own admission, they were playing a game. So I've given as much context as I can. I feel like I don't know what else more could be said. Maybe we could look into the Newsweek article, but at this point, we've dedicated almost 3 hours to really diving into this, and I already have my opinion, if I'm being honest. So, people are wondering, Favour, are you going to drop Melanie Martinez? No. And out of Timothy's own mouth, that's what she said she didn't want to happen, so why would I? And not just that, but I think it was a consensual game that is now being used after a friendship fallout to demonize one person. And all this extra mess with Billie Eilish and all these weird stories and changing the narrative from what the core of it is don't matter, in my opinion. But I don't know why she came back to make a video about it. At least if she provided more context in her video, then I would be like, okay, wait, let's look at this from an open mind. But it can't be believe all victims when so much evidence proves that you are not telling the full truth, let alone even close to the mark of truth. So that's my opinion on it. Take it as you will. Thanks for watching. If you made this far into the video, comment Favour. You're a crybaby, and I'll heart your comment, but I need to go eat something. Y'all have tired me out. Shit, I gotta film the Ice Spice Y2K reaction. And for the Culture Channel, the Olympics. Okay. Bye!